One of the most common and easiest to do, yet the most often overlooked upgrades for your roof is a metal valley. I'm Charlie Anderson from Dreamworx Roofing, and today I want to talk about the pros of doing metal valleys on your roof. It is a really simple upgrade that you can do that has a host of really good benefits. It's not that expensive, not that hard to do, and it really is something that we recommend all of our customers do if you have a roof that has a lot of valleys or a lot of peaks, that kind of thing. So I'm on a roof that we just finished here. This is it, and this is called a hip roof. Hip roof has a lot of these, which is a hip, right? This is a hip, this is a hip, this is a hip roof. And when you have hip roofs, you have a lot of valleys typically. And a valley is this right behind me. This is a valley, and this is called valley metal. Now there's a couple different ways to shingle in a valley. There's a weaved valley, there's a cut valley, there's a closed valley, there's a California valley. A lot of stuff that, a lot of different words that roofers use to describe it. What we have here is an open valley, and that open valley has metal in it. So some of the pros of having a open metal valley is, one, it just looks good. You know, it gives your roof, I always jokingly say, because I like to pretend that I can speak French, it gives your roof that je ne sais quoi, which in French kind of translates to that little something else, or that little something different. It's just something that kind of sets your roof apart and gives it a little bit of that aesthetic pleasing look. But it also serves some very important functions from like a water management standpoint, right? So think about all the water that comes off of this roof. This is a pretty large roof. It's gonna handle a lot of water. I mean, this is a big old section here, probably about 5 square. This is a slightly smaller section, but still, there's a lot of area on this roof. It's gonna see a lot of water. And all the water is going to converge in this valley here, right? So your valley is what takes the brunt of a lot of the water management on your roof. So what's gonna wear out quicker? Painted metal valley or a shingle that has granules on it? You guessed it, it's going to be the shingle. The shingle is going to wear out a lot faster, which is gonna wear the shingles in that area. And if you have a roof that's designed, you know, to last for a long time, 30 years, 40 years, well, those shingles that are in the valley are gonna not last as long as the shingles that are just kind of in the open field, not really seeing a ton of action. So we always recommend, if you can, to put metal valleys in for that reason, because your shingles are gonna last longer in that area. So one of the other pros of metal valleys is when you go to install, let's say you do something like a closed valley. A closed valley requires you to bring, probably off of this dormer behind me, you're gonna take the shingles here and you're gonna run this shingle long into the opposing slope of the roof. Now when you do that, you have to push this shingle down into the valley so it sits nice and flat. What that's doing when you push that shingle in is it's creating pressure, and it's creating tension on the shingle, because it has to, this is maybe a better illustration, it has to kind of cup and sit into that valley, which can put pressure on it, which can lead to cracks over time. With this, there's no pressure being put on the shingles whatsoever. They're laying flat the way that they're designed to do. So they're evenly supported by the roof deck. No cracks, no nothing to worry about. So just to recap, those are 3 of the cons that I see as a professional roofer to doing metal valleys. 1, they look really good and they can give your roof just that little bit of something extra. 2, they can keep the shingles from wearing out faster, because the water that's coming off the roof has a nice easy slide, right? We make it easy for the raindrops to get off the roof. They hit that little slip and slide and whoo, right off the roof they go. And number 3, it's going to help the shingles last longer because you don't have to bend them into the valley. Not that that's a really big deal. It's not going to cause your shingles to fail right away. The manufacturers are totally okay with it. But I mean, if you're given the opportunity to do a metal valley, I mean, I think it's certainly something to look into. So if you're shopping for roofing, shopping for replacements, even repairs, whatever it may be, I highly recommend checking these out. I'm Charlie from Dreamworx Roofing. Thanks for watching this video. See you on the next one.